Hey dolls! Today I'm super excited to take you on a deep dive into the world of Dollstagram. I'm going to discuss my experience being involved in the community and how it has transformed over time. I became active in the community beginning in 2016, so I'll cover my experiences and observations starting from that point. I know Dollstagram, or DG for short, has been around for longer than that, but I don't know what it was like back then, so I really don't have much to say on that era. But first, what is Dollstagram? Dollstagram is an online community and hashtag on Instagram for doll photography. You can find Dollstagram accounts that feature a wide array of dolls, but in this video, I'll be focusing on the Barbie/Integrity Toys side of Dollstagram. Usually, Dollstagram accounts either showcase various dolls or focus on one in particular. Today, I will be discussing the latter. So yeah, users will choose a doll from their collection, give them a name and personality, and bring them to life, running their account as if their doll is an influencer by creating aesthetic, realistic-looking photos that follow their doll-tastic 1/6 scale life. Some profiles are completely made-up characters, while others roleplay as pre-existing celebrities, but we'll get to that in a bit. I started following some Dollstagram accounts in 2015 before creating my own profile on March 30th, 2016. I ended up making 3 Dollstagram profiles. Each one was a different character that I made up, and each one had their own unique personality. Back then, it was common to see lifestyle blogger influencers showcasing their carefree life full of travel. It was also common for users to find their doll's human twin and post pictures of real people to their feed as if it was their doll. Some of these profiles were very immersive. Besides Instagram, people made blogs, Snapchats, Twitters, and even Saraha links in their bios. These people were dedicated. Many doll accounts also featured other people in their posts. Pictures with romantic partners usually garnered a lot of attention. Sometimes creators would collaborate to make their dolls date each other, or the original user would have 2 of their own separate accounts for the pair. As far as I'm aware, the doll relationships were just pretend and the users themselves did not date in real life. I remember Dollstagram drama accounts. That's a tongue twister. I remember Dollstagram drama accounts would eat this up and would report on who just got together or who just broke up. Yeah, there were even Dollstagram drama accounts as well as anonymous confession accounts. There was a lot of tea. Anyway, there were a lot more photo collabs besides partner photos. Many users were part of friend groups or even cliques, and they would often post pictures with their friends tagged. In most cases, people would use a doll in their collection that most closely resembled the doll of their friend's account. Occasionally, some people would edit in the other person's doll. These collabs were pretty easy to set up via DMs, and it was cool to see each user's interpretation of the get-together they planned. There were 2 besties that were known as the Queens of Dollstagram, Taylor Thompson and Quintastrophe, and they were a big deal. Each of them had thousands of followers. Both accounts were incredible. If you've seen them, you know. Many Dollstagrammers aspired to be just like them with their perfectly aesthetic photos, detailed captions, and, of course, their adorable friendship. It was hashtag goals. I remember people speculating that the 2 accounts were run by the same person, but as far as I'm aware, they were, in fact, made by 2 separate people. In 2016, Quinn had a baby and focused her posts on her family life and being a mom. And she wasn't the only Dollstagrammer to do this. At the end of 2016, tons of dolls were shifting their content to focus on their weddings, pregnancies, and parenthood. Pregnancy announcements were everywhere. Some people grew tired of seeing everyone's feeds looking so similar and argued that there was too much copying in the DG community. Others had the great minds think alike mindset and were not opposed to people getting inspiration from one another. Either way, people were really heated about it. But Taylor and Quinn would eventually fade away from the DG community. Quintastrophe's account is still up, but Taylor Thompson's page is rebranded now as a style inspo account that hasn't been updated in a while. But yeah, they were the goats of Dollstagram for years. After Quinn and Taylor, a new group of queens surfaced, a clique called the Golden Girls, established in 2017. These 7 dolls were commonly seen as the popular girls or queen bees of DG, most with thousands of followers. It seemed like everyone wanted to either be part of this group or have their own iconic clique. They constantly posted pictures together and were always seen hyping each other up in the comments. They also hosted parties together. Speaking of parties, yeah, let's talk about the Dollstagram Events. Anyone could host one. All you had to do was make a flyer post with a corresponding hashtag, establish a date, theme, and dress code, and boom, you have a party. I even hosted one once. It had an okay turnout. People made seasonal parties, wedding parties, gender reveal parties, birthday parties, you name it. It was a cute way to bring the community together. But the biggest event of the year was DG Coachella. I believe this started in 2016, at least based off of the hashtags I researched. For 2 weekends in the spring, dolls gathered their most boho chic outfits, put freshly picked flowers in their intricate hairstyles, and took as many pictures as possible with as many people as possible with some flavor of the hashtag DG Coachella. I also want to add that in 2016, my doll got a picture with Taylor Thompson. I remember geeking about that. She had this post where the first 10 people to comment would get a picture with her, and I was one of the first 10 people, so I felt pretty cool. As far as I can tell, the last DG Coachella was in 2020, and not too many people participated. In its prime, this event helped accounts gain exposure and followers. I know it helped grow my accounts a lot. Another way to grow your account was through DG... Oops. Another way to grow your account was through modeling agencies, aka Instagram accounts that would pretend to be various brands like Victoria's Secret, Zara, and more. Brandy Melville in particular was one of the more prestigious agencies. To take part, the agency had audition forms via Instagram post to submit through DM. If they accept you, you have permission to take part in their photo themes. Most of them ranked the top 3 best photos from each round. There were a lot of modeling agencies to choose from, some accepting pretty much anybody, while others were a lot more selective. The themes offered inspiration to take more photos. When I was active in the DG community, I had a lot of fun participating in a lot of these groups, and it helped to grow my account. Eventually, these modeling agencies became less prominent, and next top model competitions rose in popularity. These accounts chose a handful of dolls and would go through various photoshoot themes, eliminating dolls one by one until a winner was proclaimed. Some would collaborate with other accounts and would simply host and judge each round, while others did the whole production by themselves, acting as both the contestants and the host. Furthermore, some accounts also invited guest judges to offer their critique on the contestants' pictures. In 2018 and 2019, I particularly enjoyed guest judging with one of my doll accounts. Dollstagram became so big that in 2018, the New York Times wrote an article about the community featuring Ellen_the Barbie, an account with almost 10,000 followers. I'd love to tell you more about it, but I don't have a subscription, so the website won't let me look at the article, and I'm not about to pay for it. Respectfully. Anyway, I stopped posting on my Dollstagram accounts in 2019, but I still have all 3 profiles, and I look at them occasionally to see what's going on in the DG world. These days, the mommy blogger trend has passed, and the new thing is making your doll a celebrity, usually in the music industry. I'd say there's a pretty even mix of made-up superstars and real-life celebs being role-played through dolls. It's common to see album art, award ceremony gowns, and even music videos on people's feeds. The music is almost never original to the owner of the account, but they pretend that a pre-existing song is their own, sometimes explaining their character's inspiration behind the song. There are DG record company accounts as well, which help to boost your profile's popularity. Basically, the modern version of DG modeling agencies. Over time, people have become more savvy with technology and often edit outfits onto their dolls. There are still some lifestyle doll influencers out there, but it seems like most accounts are taking the celebrity route as of right now. I loved my time in the Dollstagram community. It was a fantastic way to showcase your creativity and storytelling, and for me it was really nice to see other people who had the same passion as me, creating stories and art through dolls. Sure, there was a lot of drama, especially when the community was bigger, but I personally never took part in it. And I don't think my accounts were big enough to be part of any drama or tea anyways. Today, I don't really talk to any of my old Dollstagram friends, but back then it was awesome making connections with other fellow Barbie lovers. All of this talk almost makes me want to revive my old Dollstagram accounts. Maybe one day when I have more time. Although its world's different now, Dollstagram still appears to be a thriving community, some with huge followings. Anyway, that's about all I've got. I did my best to be as accurate as possible, but if I got anything wrong or missed anything, please correct me in the comments. Also, if you've ever been part of the Dollstagram community, I would love to learn about your experiences in the comments. Thank you so much for watching my first Barbie-related deep dive. If you have any suggestions for another deep dive, let me know in the comments. These types of videos are really fun for me. If you liked this video, please subscribe if you want, and follow my Instagram @MillieWillowsDoll, as well as my Twitter @MillieWillows59. Bye!